What if I told you one of the most legendary dunks on LeBron James almost never saw the light of day? A 20-year-old college kid threw it down on the king at a Nike camp, and then Nike tried to erase it. Today, we're uncovering the full story of Jordan Crawford versus LeBron James the dunk, the cover-up, and the lasting legacy. Welcome back, basketball fans. Today's video is about one of the wildest NBA what-if stories when Jordan Crawford, a little-known college player at the time, dunked on LeBron James in front of everyone, and Nike stepped in to hide the evidence. We're going to break down the full story of the infamous dunk at the 2009 Nike camp, why Nike confiscated the tapes, Jordan Crawford's career, including his battles with LeBron in the NBA, how this one moment became basketball folklore, and finally, why Crawford is still joking about it more than a decade later. Stick around, because this is more than just a dunk. It's about power, image, and legacy in the NBA. In 2009, LeBron James was already one of the biggest stars in basketball. Fresh off back-to-back MVP-level seasons, he was known as a once-in-a-generation athlete, a guy who could dominate anyone on the floor. That summer, Nike hosted their elite skills camp in Akron, Ohio, LeBron's home turf. It was a place for the best young college players and high school stars to showcase their talent, learn from NBA pros, and compete in scrimmages. And that's where Jordan Crawford's story begins. Jordan Crawford wasn't a household name back then. He was a sophomore guard at Xavier University, talented but far from a surefire NBA prospect. What he did have was confidence. He had bounce, scoring ability, and fearlessness. And in that camp, where most young players were just trying not to embarrass themselves in front of LeBron, Crawford had other ideas. He wanted to test himself against the best. During one of the scrimmages, Crawford caught the ball, drove hard to the rim, and went up for a two-handed tomahawk dunk. LeBron rotated over to contest. Normally, this would be a block shot or an easy miss, but not this time. Crawford elevated high, threw it down with authority, and LeBron couldn't get up fast enough. The ball flushed through, and the gym went crazy. It was the kind of moment that could have been immortalized instantly if not for what happened next. Almost immediately, Nike representatives began collecting videotapes and footage from the cameramen on site. Multiple witnesses later confirmed this, including journalists from ESPN and ABC. The reason? According to many, Nike wanted to protect LeBron's image. A college kid dunking on their most marketable star wasn't the kind of clip they wanted circulating worldwide. Some called it a cover-up, others said it was blown out of proportion. But the fact remains, the footage was pulled. Of course, in the internet age, nothing stays hidden forever. A leaked clip eventually made its way online, grainy, shaky, but real. And that's all fans needed. Fast forward to today. Jordan Crawford, now retired, still laughs about the moment. In a recent interview with TFU, he said, "We always had weird encounters because he stole all my tapes. Every time I see him, I'm like, where my tape at, man?" When asked if he ever brought it up to LeBron directly, Crawford admitted he doesn't. But the memory lives on. He even joked on Instagram years ago that Nike promised him $500 if he dunked on LeBron, and that he still hasn't been paid. With interest, he says it's now $550. The dunk wasn't Crawford's only claim to fame against LeBron. Once he made it to the NBA, he had some memorable performances against the King. He dropped 39 points on LeBron's Miami Heat in one game. He also recalled beating the Heat as a Boston Celtic on a last-second Jeff Green, shot a massive upset against what many considered the best team in the league at the time. For a guy who wasn't expected to have a long NBA career, these moments cemented his reputation as fearless. Why does this story still matter? Because it's bigger than just basketball. It shows how powerful image is in sports. Nike, the biggest brand in the game, felt threatened enough to bury a clip of their superstar. It shows the magic of basketball that in one moment, a college sophomore can put a stamp on the game's biggest name. And it shows the internet's power. No matter how much you try to hide something, the fans will always find it. For Jordan Crawford, that dunk is his lasting legacy. He might not be a Hall of Famer or an All-Star, but he has something even rarer, a story that will be told forever. So what do you think? Did Nike go too far trying to cover up the dunk? Or was it just business as usual protecting their superstar? One thing's for sure, Jordan Crawford will always be remembered as the guy who went up against LeBron James and won. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more NBA stories, hidden gems, and legendary moments from basketball history. Thanks for watching, and remember, the tapes may be gone, but the legend lives forever.